when I moved into my house, and I could back my car in and leave it in the car, I knew I'd made it.
Yeah, cracked it.
The dude playing the piano.
Tim Armstrong.
Was Tim Armstrong.
So in a break, I sort of went up and said, hey man, what are you doing? Oh, we're auditioning for a new drummer tomorrow. You should come up. Fortunately, I was the only guy that turned up. Yeah, well, let's just not go down the conspiracy thing, okay, guys? I mean, the weather's been great, hasn't it? And there is evidence, apparently, that chemtrails are an experiment that some people do.
Yeah, well, in Tahuna, you've played at the Tahuna pub, right?
Tahuna Tavern.
The Tahuna Tavern, shout out, is there, and then just behind it, there's a pyramid. Tahuna, you can see this perfect pyramid outline with a smaller pyramid below it.
Right, so there's my bed and my clothes, things, and my drum kit over there. And there's this greasy, waxy shit of fire extinguisher over everything. But what made it worse, they'd actually tried cleaning it up.
Well, how long ago was your first Waikato shed you'd built?
Oh, I'd have to phone a friend.
All right, welcome to another episode of Shed Life. We're going to have a bit of a laugh, bit of a fun one today. We got Mark back. He's buzzed out because he's got headphones on.
G'day, Paul. How are you? I'm here for the beers.
Yeah.
Same.
The main man. We got Paul Alderton, politician, member of the politicians, great musician, great shed builder, great father, all-round great guy with some fun as stories. We're talking about, what are we going to be talking about today? And I saw on there cruise ships. So welcome aboard, Paul. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah. I've said hi, Mark. We met. Cruise ships, yeah. Did that in like maybe mid-80s with Tim Armstrong.
Yeah.
Not sure if it was the politicians or Tim Armstrong back then. But yeah, we played out of Sydney on the Fair Star. Many drunken nights, many drunken sailors. I tell you what though, I was actually really happy to get off it after we did a few cruises, and I might have been on there for about, I don't know, a month was probably the longest cruise, and I was over it, and that was our last cruise. And normally we get back into Sydney about like 6 in the morning, normal time around 6. Because the seas were so rough, we didn't get back into Sydney till 12 o'clock that day. So we missed all our flights, etc. Blah, blah, blah. But honestly, the boat was like this, right? And we were still playing. and they were like this, you know, like the captain goes down with the ship, we were going down too. But anyway, the crowd was going, boo, right, way back. And then they'd go, boo, they'd come in, well, fuck, I hope they stop, you know. Because it was like, anyway, we had to stop early. They strapped the piano down and strapped everything down. That was, and I got off, and that was the last memory of that boat. But it was fun. I enjoyed the roughness of that night when I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
The worst part of it, we had to do a captain's cruise every start. Oh, actually, no, that's not the worst. The worst was the safety drill in the morning. First night you're on board, drunk still. You had to go to your station here, and all you really did was just fucking stand there.
So was this safety drill for the crew?
Yeah. Well, we were crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were looking after the passengers, so we go to our station and stand there. Oh, yeah. Right. I'm sorted. I know how to do it now. And that was after playing until midnight, 1 o'clock, drinking upstairs, looking over the sea till 2, 3 o'clock that first night. And no, I can tell you what was worse than that even. The first night of every cruise, because everyone that was coming on there to party got so liquored, they all spewed. Okay? Well, they must have, because there was fucking spewing ashtrays on the fucking, because you could smoke back in those days.
Everywhere.
Stunk. Okay, and that's the morning we had to get up and stand on our station. It got better though. The spewing thing.
People got their sea legs, but every time it would have been the same.
It was a very quiet day the next day.
Yeah.
And then it started ramping, and it was always fun. Met a lot of cool people actually. Had a lot of fun, and met a lot of good musicians on there, because there was the cabaret band, and then us. I think there was another trio that played, and there was people that came and entertained in the main lounge. Can't remember any of them.
Yeah. And so, where did it go? Was it going from like Auckland to Sydney, or was it heading around the islands?
We left from Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
Sydney based, and it went to Vanuatu, New around the Samoa, or here and there. It didn't go that far, but honestly, when you're floating in that big ocean on this big ship and you look around, you haven't seen land for 2 or 3 days, you go, wow, we are like an ant's piss in the fucking ocean, eh? I mean, not even that, point probably 0.001 of an ant's piss, if I want to be accurate.
Yeah. We prefer accuracy.
Anyway, quickly though, I'd just like to say Happy New Year, shout out boys, fucking good to be back.
Yes. Yeah, good to see you, mate.
On zero, eh?
Yeah, man, I've been able to hold it strong. I've been on zeros for about 3 months now. I beat the kids have all had a bet on it, and I think they all thought there's no way he's going to last boys' weekend, Christmas parties, New Year's. So, that's probably helping my discipline. But I am looking pretty enviously from this side of the...
Yeah, these Waikatos are fantastic.
Yeah.
This is the second best Waikato I've had today.
To be fair, I went off Heineken when I heard that old Gates bought into it. Because, he's making me...
He's probably sneaking vaccines in there for you.
Sneaking microchips in there.
Yeah, well, let's just not go down the conspiracy thing, okay, guys? I mean, the weather's been great, hasn't it?
Yeah.
There's nothing,
Hardly any chemtrails.
Fucking Kimbo. I've got a tin hat. Hey, crazy man. But you got to wonder, hey, it has changed. And there is evidence, apparently, that chemtrails are an experiment that some people do. How the fuck are they allowed to do that for a start? It's my air, not fucking theirs.
Well, it's theirs as well if it's yours.
Okay, there's a very good point though. In common law, there's a line, and I think it's like do unto thee as you would do to others. So that is a very valid point. He can have this, but he should have talked to me.
So good. Let's roll it back. Let's go back to the beginning, Paul.
Oh, that's right. I was going to do a shout out.
Yeah, man. Do a shout out. Let's get some shout outs.
Firstly, it's to the boys, Waikato Sheds
Thank you.
and Shedlife. But I'd also like to say that all those builders that are still building for Waikato Sheds,
Yes.
you must be all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because if you're not, you're not building for Waikato Sheds.
You're not building for Waikato Sheds.
Pretty simple, eh?
It is a simple formula.
And I've learned a couple of things off some of them. I like their work and tidy work.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it is. It's shout out to the boys that are out there and the ladies as well, which we enjoy to see.
Got a few ladies out on site. How long ago was your first Waikato shed you'd built?
Maybe even take us back to the first sheds. Yeah.
Got anything for me there?
Oh, I'd have to phone a friend.
Yeah.
How long ago? Sam was here. Old Garth was here. I don't know, how long ago was that?
I would say
10 years anyway.
Yeah.
Easily 10 years. Yeah, without a doubt. Over 10 years. So let's go 11 and a half to 15.
Yeah, that size sort of thing, 10 to 15.
I would say, well, doesn't time get away?
Oh, doesn't it ever?
So, born and bred Waikato?
Lucky, eh?
Yeah, that's that, eh? It's,
Born and bred.
Born and bred.
Actually, Te Araha.
Te Araha.
Is that how you pronounce it these days?
Yeah, so the Mountain of Love produced...
Back in my day, it was Te Araha.
Yeah.
And to me, it's always going to be Te Araha.
Yeah.
Because it is Te Araha, isn't it, that we're talking about?
Te Araha, yeah.
Yeah, Te Araha.
Te Araha.
But I don't
You've
actually remember it
confused me.
because I was probably only
Born.
Under 4?
pretty sharp. Probably till 4, maybe. I'd actually have to smart move.
They reckon you don't remember anything before 4.
Is
That's
that right?
what I've heard.
Yeah.
So I certainly don't.
And you don't remember anything after what age?
44, 4 beers. How many beers?
Yeah, I've got a vague memory of pre-5. I remember being downstairs in a sort of like basement, and this was when Green Bay, so I went to primary school for maybe a month, and then we moved to Devo. and I can vaguely...
Primary school, you'd have been 5 then, mate.
No, but that's it. So under 5, so I don't know whether...
But you said you'd been going to primary school for a month.
Yeah, that's true. No, but that's when I moved, so that's the cut-off point.
All right.
I want to know how
Yeah,
long
so
you were
from
in the basement for.
In the basement,
Yeah,
that's
you
the
said
thing.
you're in the
Wow,
basement.
No, he's blocked the rest of that memory out.
based on my memory, any time between I made it up to 5 years.
I'd also like to do a shout out to Gary Phillips, who the bass player at a Shotgun, and he was born in Te Aroha Hospital, same hospital, but he was born 5 years before, maybe, because he's just turned 70 odd, I think 70. Anyway, so he was saying to me, I was probably walking past the hospital while you were in there, you know. But how fucking cool is that?
Yeah, back in the day, it's probably off to work by that stage. Get him in the cold gold mines.
Apparently they had to shut the floodgates at Pyro today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bronick only just made it to work.
yeah. Yeah, it's flooding out, it's crazy level flooding out there.
It's got nothing to do with those fucking conspiracy bastards, though. No.
Wow.
But I've never seen those or heard of those gates being closed. And I always...
Oh, they closed them in the Cyclone Gabrielle a couple of
Yeah.
years ago. I think they stopped it then, but that was 2 years ago. So...
Yeah,
And that was the first time they'd been used, because I think they built them, there was like an 81 flood or something, early 80s floods.
So what has actually stopped flooding from the gates out
It stops the floodwaters coming in, I think.
to town?
Yeah,
Yeah,
to town.
so
and
the
it's-
stock bank, because the bridge is lower than the stock banks, I think, if they didn't shut those, it would
Town would flood?
there. Yeah, town would flood.
That'd be an fucking expensive insurance claim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, not that expensive in Pyro.
Don't let Brian know that.
I saw this.
He's building a new shed.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I saw on. You might want to not keep this. Whatever. It's clean. That Jim Carrey. He said this joke about New Zealand. You know, when he came. He said, I went to Christchurch. They've had a earthquake. They rebuilt a beautiful city. They went to what was it? Was it Queenstown? What was the other one? Was it Queenstown?
Napier.
Napier. Sorry,
Yeah.
Napier. They rebuilt it. Beautiful city. Been to Dunedin. I know exactly what they need. That's fucking horrible for them, for all those poor Dunedin's boys.
Yeah, well, that's it. Jack's off there in another couple of weeks. Castle Street.
Really? Oh, yeah. You're living down there?
Yeah, living down there, second year at uni.
I've only been there once. We rode in there when we went to Burt Munro.
Yeah.
But I've got a good friend, John, that lived down there and played music, and yeah, never been there yet. Played.
All right, Te Araha. When did you guys end up in
The Tron.
the Tron?
Well, we left Te Aroha and went to a place called Wotu back then, or it might have been called Te Wotu, which is out from Patari. And it was a dairy farm again, because
Dad was dairy farmer.
he was share milking or milking cows in
Yeah.
Te Aroha. Yeah. And then we went there and share milked and run some beef, or maybe sheep actually, I can't remember. But anyway, from there we went to, and he was just share milking, right? So then I think he went to, or did we buy a farm? I might have to phone a friend again. You allowed to phone them twice?
Yeah. You're allowed to make bits up in between
Yeah.
as well.
Oh man, cruise ships, rock and roll, and then we went to Nahanapuri. That's where we went from. We walked the cows actually from wherever it was, Canberra. So we walked the cows back in the day, you know,
Yeah.
Gypsy Day, to Nahanapuri and she milked there on Bill Gilkinson's farm. It was a grumpy old fucker. Yeah, and he wasn't nice, but it worked. And then we bought 2 properties down in Nahanapuri and milked, and then we sold them. Dad sold them Gamble really, for it was an auction where we ended up. They went for it. It was right on Houghton's Road there, Glenview. Bought that, hadn't sold these yet.
Ooh.
So, bit of a fucking gamble, but these sold pretty easily
Yeah.
because they're nice couple of 100-acre blocks, and bought that. And the rest is history.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, we milked cows there, and then we went and fenced it for deer. And then we went back into dairy and bought extra land.
And was when you fenced it for deer, like in the sort of 70s, 80s?
Yeah, we got the timing perfectly.
Yeah, just as it all felt about.
Yeah.
Nice.
What was the theory behind deer? What was the marketing? Was it you guys weren't going to milk deer? Was suddenly everyone going to eat venison? Or was the antlers
They eat
going
it
to...
overseas. That's
I
what...
think, to be fair, I think the biggest market was breeding them and selling them for people that wanted to fucking breed, farm them.
Yeah.
And it was meat,
Yeah.
right? So the venison is meat. But the stags, you could get the velvet, which was a soft antler before it went hard. You cut them off. That was trippy.
Yeah.
We used to get the vet out. Dad's friend, he was an Irishman. My dad was an Irishman. So we did it the Irish way. But yeah, you had to drug them out. Has this been filmed?
Cut them off and cut them off.
Cut them off with a handsaw.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, that's basically what... Oh, no, they burn them off now, for cows.
Yeah.
Burn their
That's
stubs.
probably not. Yeah, they do that, but this one you're actually cutting off a product.
Yeah.
So you cut it off with a knife, a sandsaw, and it goes like cutting through a salami. Really,
Yeah.
it's all.
Wow.
Yeah, it's furry on the outside. They call it velvet, right? But apparently the Chinese love it.
Yeah, give them a bit of a boner.
Does it?
I don't know, probably.
Fuck, I wish I knew that. Yeah,
You having problems, eh?
I saw Dad take a feed.
But we used to have a big meat market because they'd wild shoot them in Fiordland and all those places, process them and send it to like Netherlands and European countries that would eat a lot of deer. So we had this really big deer market, but then the government came in and put heaps of rules around all of it basically.
I thought we weren't allowed to mention government.
Those dogs.
Government rules. And so...
I didn't sign a contract.
All Laura's contract, folks.
Yeah. Which school did you end up at in high school in Hamilton?
Yeah, well, Melville High was my school.
Melville High.
Yeah. I kept a really low profile though because I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Hated all school actually. I'm living at Tiwaitu, this is my childhood memory. We had to catch the bus, which was like a long walk down to the track to go to school, which was probably only a fucking 10-minute bus ride. But pissing down with rain, horrible, fucking cold. The fire's going, with the open fire with the cooker next to it, blah, blah, blah. And there's this cat.
Oh.
Like that. And I'm going, man, I wish I was a cat. I'll never forget that moment. And I walked out that door. What a life.
Cats have the life.
They
do. A domestic cat.
They own us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My cats were talking to me this morning. Wow, wow, wow. Come, feed me. Let me in. Let me out. Wow, wow.
My mum said exactly the same thing. Is that what he was saying?
Yeah.
I thought it was kick my ass.
Kick me out.
I'm still fucking asleep.
Wake me up. I've got to go. You got to go.
I've got two cats, the Bryans.
Brian's, eh?
Handsome as the day long. But Brian doesn't...
Take after their owners.
Well, we don't know who the dad is, to be fair. They were supposed to be ragdolls, but they came out farm cat, really. Tabby, fucking hairy. But the Bryans are amazing. They're cool. But Brian doesn't spend a lot of time there, but Brian does.
Yo.
Good that Brian hangs around with you.
Yeah. That's Brian with the eye.
Right.
Yeah. Just in case you're wondering.
Yeah, which Brian you talking about?
If you're going to send a card,
I have seen them.
check
both.
that in the subtitles, please.
Brian with the Y certainly comes home every now and then and lets us know he's there. The only reason I know it's him because he's got a couple of chew bits out of his ear that he got when he was a younger boy. It's the only reason.
Yeah. So you get escape school as quick as possible then?
I left school at 15 on the assumption that I got school C straight into an apprenticeship as a fitter turner for Mullen and Noi. And I think the last one of the sort of bosses has just passed away, or they had a memorial for him. Blah, blah. But anyway, they were old fuckers like 40 and I was, 16, 15. Did apprenticeship there, finished it, wanted to leave it so many times, but stuck it out. Met some cool cats and still friends with a couple of Ronnie Beer, Alice Matthews, Wayne Martin, Tony Godden, fuck, the furry freak brother, mate. Anyway, Dave Clapson. Fucking hell, I might get myself into trouble, forget somebody.
Yeah. It sounds like you're rattling off everyone on the shop floor.
They're all alive still too, I think.
And they're all apprentices at the same time?
No, because they were either halfway through their time or out
different
of their
stages.
time or just working there. Like Alice at the back, Alice, spelled E-L-L-I-S.
Mm-hmm.
He was a welder, and Ronnie was a welder. And Jerry Lynch, the old boy with an old whiskey nose, he was fucking knowledgeable. Anyway, above Alice's work bay had Alice in Wonderland. He was a good guy though. Yeah. Learned a lot of Alice, what not to do. So from there though, I said to my boss, which I found out the other day is cannot be the ultimate thing to say. Anyway, I said to John Grant, I said, hey Johnny, I get out of my apprenticeship in 2 weeks' time. Christmas is 4 weeks away, I went to leave, okay? He said, oh, right. He always looked down and goes, oh yeah, right, and walked off. Then he came back later and said, well, what are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to play music, John. And he said, well, you've always done that, haven't you? Yeah, right. Okay, and walked off. But I just had a story recently of someone, I can't remember who it was, and their son might have said to their worker, or I'm out of my time shortly, I'm going to leave to go over and earn some money in Australia. And those assholes waited till his birthday and then did a drug test on him and fired him.
Right.
Hey.
That's right.
What, before he'd finished?
Yeah.
His apprenticeship.
Oh,
God.
Instant dismissal. That's sad ass. I don't know, were they angry that he was leaving or were they just...
Yeah.
You got to assume, angry they're leaving, but that sort of people must just live such a miserable life.
Yeah.
When you're like, I'm only out to get people instead of like, hey, fair enough.
What about, Mum told me this afternoon a guy got washed away in a car today, is that right? And have they found him at all?
I've heard, unfortunately, about a few of those sort of situations.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers. I think Kathy passed on that they've had a big slip at the Mount Maunganui campground.
Yeah,
but
6 people missing.
Yeah, not good.
Well, hey, let's hope you're all happy and wherever you end up is where you're meant to be.
Yeah, that's it. Yes and no. Rain out there, it was crazy.
I'd also, while we're talking about dead people, Neil Noyan, one of the Noyan brothers, Peter Noyan, Elder Noyan, owned Villagrad Wines, done a great job out there. One of the brothers, Pete has, I think, 8 brothers, I don't know, Dutch. He passed away in his sleep just recently, so cheers, Neil.
Neil, good way to go.
Oh,
yeah, man. Cheers.
bloody good. Yeah. Or skydiving.
Yeah.
Do you reckon? Go out with a rush, I suppose.
Whoa.
Well, if you know your terminal, you might as well have a fucking...
Yeah,
and they're not hurting anybody. Depends where you aim, I guess.
Maybe if you tandem.
As long as you're not the instructor.
Yeah. Sorry, mate.
Anyway, why did I get one of those Shedlife shirts?
Yeah, so
because we only have them in 2XL at the moment.
have you in a 90. Could make a good thumbnail. Looking from behind.
It'd be a long sleeve. We'll get you one. Sweet, so you left to play music, which is pretty cool. So what, 18, 19 at this point?
15,
Wise.
16, 18, 19, yeah.
About 19, because I was in the band when I turned 21, so I was in the band at 20. So,
yeah.
19, 20. I had been jamming with a few bands and playing, and oh man, just reminded me of something. A whole other life. At the age of 15, I started playing in an old-time dance band with Joe Rains Road, Rooker here, at the Fairfield Intermediate. What the fuck were they called?
What, like line dancing or like what sort
waltzing,
of waltzing,
foxtrots, Maxinas, cook steps, fucking, all in the Fairfield Hall, and it was full. Like when they do the Maxina, there was this big hall, It was fucking great, really. It was. I know. In all honesty, it was the grounding of my fucking playing, because you learnt to listen and stick with it and just go with it. Because old Joe on the piano, me on the drums, Dennis Oyston on a fucking squeeze box, and I don't know. He was a weirdo. Anyway, and then sax player was. Sorry, mate, I can't even remember your name. He played sax, so he just had sax, piano, squeeze box and drums, so no bass player. No, it was... Well, we Maxine it out, man.
Where'd you pick up the drums? When did you pick it up?
Well, whenever I had to load them in my car.
Yeah, nice. You didn't have anybody to help you?
I'll tell you what, though, I've got a memory of... we'll get back to that if we remember. Alzheimer's helps not. I'll have a beer, please, boys.
Yep.
When I was living up in our homestead home, Mum had moved to her new property. It wasn't where I was born, but it was our new place up from out. I had the place, and I think Stan was living with me at a 14-year-old. I had to take all my gear out of the car and put it into the upstairs into the hallway. You know? So we took speakers and drums and fucking, it was more than one load. It was fucking like 6. When I moved into my house, and I could back my car in and leave it in the car, I knew I'd made it.
Yeah, cracked it.
Fuck yeah, that was so good.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I went to Stuart Copeland last night in Auckland, a seminar. Do you know Stuart?
No.
Okay, well you wouldn't, you're a shed builder.
Yeah.
He's a drummer out of Police.
Oh yeah, well, I know the Police. I've had a few dealings with them.
No, we'll go back to that.
Are we talking back at the paddy wig?
Yeah, anyway, he had a seminar up on the shore last night I bought tickets to, and I was disappointed he never hit a drum kit, but that wasn't what it was about. It was just him going, this is me, this is where I started my life, this is my music history, this is where I fucking promoted myself, this is where I fucking ended up, and and chased. And the way Police were actually formed was over a 2 to 3 year period, man, because it was first the Sting and the drummer got together. They're doing some things. I forget that. I'll have to phone a friend on that one. But then they saw Summers playing. Oh, actually, they had another guitarist. That's right. And Stuart Copeland was actually the producer, and he does a lot of opera shit now. Fucking, he's a artist, and he's obviously rich as fuck. He doesn't have to work, but he plays around. He's cool. But him and Sting were playing with another guitarist. And I think they might have even had a band, and there was a couple of bands that different. But anyway, they saw old Summers playing in some sort of band, more of a jazz band type rather than, because it was in the punk scene a little bit when they were sort of heading that. And they saw him, and as Stuart said, like he knew 8 chords, we only knew 4. So they chased him up or tried to get his number, couldn't get his number, blah, blah, blah. 2 years later, they ran into him. Oh, at a session, that's right. He used those boys at a session recording. He met them. He came in and did some recording with them. And then later on, he said, fuck you guys, we should hook up. So he was the one that goes, yeah. But Stuart had already gone, he's
That's
our guy.
Man.
Yeah, so that's fucking such a cool story. The other part of that whole thing is they love each other to bits, but they hate each other too. They hate being told. Simplify that. Fucking play more hi-hat there. Less bass line there, like as you do when you get older. You get a bit grumpy, don't you? My nana was.
Oh, you seem pretty relaxed though.
Today.
That's because I'm not old.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Well, that's true. When you started your apprenticeship and the owners are 40. You remember being young and you're like, 40 so old, and you get to 40 and you're like, I'm like a spring chicken.
Fuck, I could tell you that story.
Yeah, the goalposts keep changing.
Tell us.
Yeah. Well, it's totally related to that. Where we were living on Chinaman's Hill, family farm, Dad was in the Lions, right?
Yeah.
And to this day, I'm pretty sure they did an awesome job and helped and did a lot of people. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I thought, fuck, who would be in the lines? Are all old bastards, you know? So one day I happened to pull into this garage sale just next to our place. I was talking to this guy, the neighbour. I didn't really know him, but I was talking. And I suddenly realised that those old bastards are younger than I am now, standing here.
Yeah.
And I'm going, oh, hey, that was like a serious shit. Eh? It just goes, doesn't it?
Oh, it certainly does.
My boys remind me all the time. They say, hi, old man.
Yeah.
That's trying to bum me out. I don't know.
Yeah, but hey, Stan hit 30 and started packing it on, so he'll know all about it soon.
Yeah, we might have to get him a 2XL shirt.
Will he? Will he start packing it on?
Yeah.
Fatso Stan, eh?
Yeah, so can't just sink beers all day and not have any repercussions.
Well, I don't seem to.
Yeah, that's it. What's your trick?
Yeah. So
Keep busy.
Yeah.
busy.
But can I just say that?
Yeah, man.
Can I just? This is a really cool, because it's my kind of philosophy to a point. Well, actually, it's my total philosophy. Stuart Copeland, his recordings were totally winged.
Oh,
He
yeah.
didn't know what he was going to do when he was going to play to that song.
yeah, wow.
And 99% of the tracks are what we hear today.
Yeah.
That was just winged.
Yep.
99.9 actually. But yeah, how cool is that? I mean, that's a clever drummer, obviously, to interpret how the song should go. But then he's also writing it and making it this. He's conducting it, and that's what a good drummer can do. It's just hard to get bloody good guitarists and bassists and fucking trumpeters and saxophone and keyboardists to listen to you.
Just pay more attention. That's cool. So you're playing old-time country music or old-time music?
No, it was just old time dance.
Old-time dance.
And I did that from age of 50 because I had my licence, had an old Maury Thou van, used to stack my drums in, drive off to drumming, play 4 hours, I think it was. But this was the best bit. I used to come home with $36.
Woo!
Koha. And all week for the fucking boys, I'd get 76.
Oh, yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
I was rich.
Yeah.
I had cash to burn. Probably. What was that?
Oh,
That was me whacking in my ear into there.
Do you like doing
What
that?
an amateur.
Oh, that was... Anyway, so that was my downfall. I never learned how to manage money because, cash, it's only money and it comes and it goes and you give it away and you get something,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Invested in another truck, broken ambulance.
So from there, that's why I still done my apprenticeship, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then I met Tim Armstrong out of the Politicians.
Yeah.
Far out. There's a whole story before that.
Yeah.
That's good. Actually, you reminded me of a whole lot of shit. Because apparently Alzheimer's is real.
Well, pardon?
Really? All right, well, tell us the story before So the story before Tim Armstrong?
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
I think Mark was asking.
Alzheimer's.
Have we met? I'm fine. My name's Mark.
Okay, good
Good to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, look,
taxi, hey, the social guy.
taxi.
That's what happens.
It's all right. I'll send you the dry cleaning bill.
Yeah. We kick this one over.
Yes, because I got a job at the Wedgewood Academy.
The Wedgewood Academy.
Yeah, and that was like ahead of its time, man.
Was this for
It was like-
magicians?
It was a restaurant and cabaret show,
Oh.
and we used to have
And it
like
was called the Wedgewood Academy.
yeah, and it was
Nice.
where Uncle Sam's ended up. I don't know if you remember Uncle Sam's, but it's Ward Street.
Oh, right. I thought we were talking about the American Army for a minute there.
Wedgewood Academy.
Yeah, that's where Uncle Sam ended up. I was like, all right, let's go with it.
Oh, it's all good.
Can I?
So you ended up.
Can I continue?
Sorry.
The Wedgewood Academy. What year would that have been? I can probably tell you actually. because I joined the politicians. I was playing with the politicians in 80, and so Wedgewood Academy was probably 77, 78.
Yeah.
And we used to play with the likes of Billy T. James, Tina Cross, Ray Wolf, Ray Columbus, a few people from overseas, Herb McQuay, like a whole lot of cabaret artists would come on and do a show after people had dined and danced to the Touch of Class band. Merlin Cordes and John Paul, it looked like Kamal. And we had those white puffy white shirts. And Alan Schuster on bass was the only reason I got the gig. It wasn't through talent. And he was going out with my best friend Philip Emmett's sister. And Phil comes from a family of 8 kids, 4 girls, 4 boys. And Phil was the youngest. And I met him at the age of 10 at Nahanapuri. That's when we moved to Nahanapuri. But actually it wasn't when we moved to Billy's place, it was when we bought our property and walked our cows down. So anyway, the Wedgewood Academy was really just, I think it was just Friday, Saturday. We didn't play a Thursday, but they probably had dining and dancing all the time. But they had can-can dances, man, you know, with the big flowery thing.
Yeah.
In fact, Diane Krippner's Garage out in Anapuri was the choreographer of that shit. And honestly, it was as it is today.
But then,
Yeah.
They might be a little better today, I don't know, but they could put their legs straight up and flowers and fucking, you know, glitter and smiling and twirls and blah, blah, blah. But I'll tell you what, the best thing of that whole experience was Paul Fisher, who was the host. Paul Fisher at Carsales, actually, way back. His name was actually Ivor Fisher back in the day. But I changed it to Paul because Paul was such a cool name. Anyway, Paul Fisher was the entertainer extraordinaire, man. He knew how to talk to a crowd. He would play, and he'd come on and he'd go, you know, all of me, yeah, all of me, you know, all that sort of stuff, and we'd be swinging behind it. But then he'd talk to the crowd, you know. He'd say, welcome along all the healthy all the non-smokers in this half, and all the healthy smokers in this half. You know? And who we got this evening? We got someone from Australia. What do we got, boys? Time to kangaroo down, spoon. Time to kangaroo down. All that sort of stuff. And then someone from China. It's a little bit racist, right? But he was like, he entertained, he talked. What I learned was priceless from that man. Fucking awesome. And so that was, thank you, Alan Schuster. Thank you, Phil Emmett. But I went up to get my drums on a Wednesday night because they started playing or getting some rock bands and, you know, Dance Exponents and Mockers and all those, and some bigger bands coming in on a Wednesday to try and make some money, obviously. And then the politicians were playing. And I went up to get my drums in the afternoon, and he was this redhead sort of gawky looking guy. But, you know, he had a feel. And playing the piano, and he started singing, I think it was a Supertramp song actually. And I said, hey, you know, did the Maori High? You know, that's how they answer the phone, eh? And we started talking, and he said, we just met, that's right, yeah, that was it. And then maybe a month later, they were playing at the Lady Hamilton. If you remember the Lady Hamilton, do you remember that one?
I grew up in Auckland and was possibly not born.
You poor bastard. On both accounts. You missed out on Lady Hamilton. It was really only Lady Hamilton and Hillcrest Tavern back in the day in Hamilton. That was the 2 venues that all the touring bands used to come. That was the other thing. Well, this is great. When I was working at Mullinanoy, there was a milling machine right by the road, and they had a big roller door. And apparently, Mullinanoy had a real horrible reputation from girls, because every time they walked past, they'd get 30 wolf whistles. And they were, you know, obviously frigid, I don't know. Or just didn't like me whistled, or were married.
With proper ladies.
Yeah. Anyway, So I had this gig, but I used to see these bands like the Dragon. I think My Six might have even pulled in one night. And pull up in a bus and park there and just walk around the corner. And I used to go, "Fuck you, lucky bastard." Live in rock and roll. You know, here's me in my overalls and boots and hat. And, you know, earning $76 a week. Yeah. I think it might have gone up by then. But it would have gone up, wouldn't
so
it?
So you were earning 76 a week for that, and then you were getting 36.
Was that out? Yeah.
Holy mackerel, yeah.
Oh, no.
So you're on like $1.80 an hour.
Well, we're talking pounds.
No, that was good days back then.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I'm driving around the bus, and we're travelling to the fucking setting up the clubs. And as I said, there wasn't a lot around, so it was quite unique for a band to come into town, you know. Nowadays, you kids are just missing out on so much. Sad days.
So the dude playing the piano
Was Tim Armstrong.
Was Tim Armstrong, yeah.
Yeah. And he can play the piano very well. And we hadn't finished that story.
No.
Thanks. Thanks for reminding me. Anyway, so about a month later, could have been long, I went to the Lady Hamilton. That's where that story came out. Didn't I say that?
Yeah, Lady Hamilton interrupted us.
That's right. Then I said, and they were playing. So in a break, I sort of went up and said, "Hey, you know." He said, "Oh, hey man, what are you doing? Man? Oh, we're auditioning for a new drummer tomorrow. You should come up." Fortunately, I was the only guy that turned up. No, actually, there was one other guy. And to be fair, he was a very tidy drummer. But, of course, I'm better.
I thought you were going to say you knew how to party. More of a good time.
Yeah. I was more practical. They used to call me Dad.
Yeah.
I'd fucking, organising musicians is like fucking herding cats, you know. And so I had the truck, I had the piano. Well, didn't have all the. I don't think I had all the beat, but yeah, I fucking
brought more to the table.
As you do.
You got to try.
Be professional. Fucking come with your own shit or get shit that you need.
Yeah.
It's like tools on site.
Yeah. Tools on site. Be there. Be happy to help. Do what you have to do. Don't stand around expecting it all to be done for you.
Well, I don't know.
So how long?
That's why you have kids.
Yeah, well, once you've earned it, you know, once you're a crane driver.
Don't bring up the crane. It's cost me so much.
You gotta spend money to make money though, eh?
There's fucking stealth and hasty.
So where did you tour with the politicians? Not Dunedin.
I never got to the South Island with the politicians, but the politicians did end up in the South Island with their new drummer, which was Jeff Downey. Did a grand job. I left then actually to go back with Wedgewood Academy, Touch of Class. That's right. And I was tired. Rock and roll just wasn't for me, you know, man.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we did basically. We probably never went further than Taupo, but we went to Kaitai, and we did this bit of a round here and there. But I'll tell you where it all changed is the day that drink driving came in. We used to play at Hillcrest Tavern. There'd be 300 people and there was on the Friday night. Might be more on a Saturday, maybe less. I don't know. But so we played Friday night. Fucking bye. Go get there Saturday. Drink driving in. There was 15 people.
Really? Ruined it.
Fucking scaredy cats. Yeah. You can't all get caught. Just fucking heard it. Fucking go. Yeah. But yeah, that honestly, from that day, man, Alan Judd was managing us actually, and you know, pretty much our fee had to halve because the clientele, which is, you know, I get that. You know, you got to fucking make money to pay money.
So that's what, mid-80s or something they brought in drink driving?
Early 80s, I reckon. Early 80s, because Oh, no, actually, you're probably right. We had a few good years.
And was that the politicians that you played on the cruise ships with, or was that later?
It was later. Well, actually, we probably got the gig. No, it was later, actually. It was later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we toured around for 11 years, I think, up and down the country.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Played every shithole you could. And my truck didn't let us down. Had an old Bedford, like the old towel truck, the JOs with the big back fucking,
Yeah.
similar to it. Anyway, and I had a 308 Holden in it with the fucking 4-speed.
Yeah.
I put on LPG, actually CNG, which worked for a while, but wouldn't suggest CNG.
Haven't seen a CNG or an LPG tank for a while.
LPG were great though, weren't they?
LPG is still around. It's still around, and I actually own a dedicated.
LPG.
Yeah, I just don't have it in my possession. That's all.
Lent it out to a friend.
Yeah, I hope he's looking after it. Don, he's looking after that fucking car, mate. I might leave it to you in my will if you haven't given it back.
Well,
Because I don't sell. That's not true. I sold the old red truck.
And so so when did the boys come along then?
Oh, you have to ask your mum, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. Give them some dates. Who's the oldest? Not Stanley.
No, Billy is.
Billy
is 32.
32, so mid-90s.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was farming on the farm up there, played music still, but tied up with the farm. Yeah.
The family farm?
Yeah, because we went back, because when we bought because we were going broke, we bought the neighbouring farm and started milking again on the whole farm.
Oh, yeah.
What, so you guys had the farm, but it just went to just
Well,
straight
you turned it into deer, then the deer market dropped out, so then you brought the neighbouring farm,
and started
turned
milking
the
in
whole
that
thing
cow
into
shed up there.
Yeah, and turned the whole thing into a milking platform.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which Dad actually said to me, fuck, I'm actually enjoying this. And he probably would have been 60 going back into milking cows.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, that's nice. That's good. That's good. I don't enjoy it getting up in the morning after I've been out all night.
No, there's a nice rhythm to the milking shed, but 4 in the morning's not nice.
Right.
I can stay asleep to it.
And so milking cows, but then you somehow ended up in Tassie or somewhere else milking cows.
Oh, yeah, stupid idea. Had a plan.
Was that the stupid idea was having a plan?
Or executing it.
I'd have to phone a friend on both those. It wasn't. It turned out not to be excellent. But can I just say, had I not done that, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Yeah.
And this is what history and life is about. You take a plunge, and it might be a great idea, but it might be a dumbass idea. But you had to go.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing is you regret the things you don't try.
Yeah.
And that's my advice.
Yep.
Fucking.
Yeah, I 100%. Yeah, agree.
You know, but maybe you should listen to somebody a little bit. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, but yeah.
But you weren't ready.
No.
You weren't ready to listen. You wanted to go and
Learn some things.
hey, the thing is, so many people have done that and succeeded to be happy. Okay. So, but the thing is, I didn't fucking lose my life. I didn't lose a leg. Fucking, I've still got my boys. We lived apart for a while.
Yeah.
Stan came and lived with me at the age of 13, and fuck, was that a life experience.
In Tassie.
Yeah, I imagine.
I had to have food in the fridge.
Yeah.
Had to get him to school, make him enthused, make him think he's not a cat. But no, it was gold, and I obviously love him to bits for that. Wanted to come and hang with me. He still does.
Yeah, that is awesome.
But the boys are all fucking cool.
Yeah, at what point did they want to set up fire? So was that early on then that he was setting off fire extinguishers inside the house?
See, that's the good thing about Alzheimer's. You're forgetting about that. But now, you can't. I come home to the green, and it was my bedroom, which was the lounge in the mum house up there. It was my bedroom, right? So there's my bed and my clothes, things, and my drum kit over there. And there's this greasy, waxy shit of fire extinguisher over everything. But what made it worse, they'd actually tried cleaning it up. That was it, actually, it's probably still there. It just never came away from those grooves and the old fucking weatherboard side.
The tongue and groove floor.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to revenge there. I've got my fucking favourite fire extinguisher.
Ready and waiting.
Yeah, I think that's for Billy.
Yeah.
That one, yeah. Stan was just lead. You know,
Nah, yeah, of course.
Yeah, Paul Stan.
Yeah.
You know, I'll do the smaller one for Stan.
Yeah.
Just to prove that you shouldn't have let him do it.
That's gold. Yeah, so those who didn't know this, I got told this at the Christmas party. Well, somehow it came up, God knows how. But yes, Stan and Billy are at home. They're in your bedroom, prize drum kit, everything there, and Billy decides to get the fire extinguisher and squirt a little bit on Stan.
Nice.
Stan's like, I'm not having none of this. He either grabs the same fire extinguisher and then squirts him back. And then they're like, hey, this is pretty good time. Let's empty the fire extinguisher in Dad's bedroom.
See, I shouldn't have put the TV in the tree, eh?
Or owned a fire extinguisher.
Have it locked up. Little wankers. Yeah, I don't know how much I spanked them for that. Probably not enough. Probably not at all. Just revenge is like a best eaten with what? Vinegar or something? Or not? Or cold pie, there is a saying.
Yeah, just make him do the work. So how'd the TV end up in the tree?
Well, I just dragged it up there. I thought, you little bastards aren't wasting time looking at that. And I climbed up the tree and fucking put it on, between the... I reckon one more, I reckon. Got it up there. I should actually look, because I think I did look at one stage and it was definitely fixed.
Yeah,
The tree got a little bit around it.
Yeah.
Not big, you could have got it out, but I'm just wondering if it's still there, actually.
So they're just watching cartoons, not doing the chores.
Oh, I don't think it was that. I think it was just...
Or you just had an epiphany.
Doing chores, fuck off. They'd drop shit at their floor, their ass. I'd go, who's this? Oh, it's not mine. Oh, it's not mine. Oh, well.
In the bin then, eh? If it's no one's.
And then they'd say, oh, can you do this, Dad? And I'd say, these don't have milk in them, son.
So if anyone's still listening, for clarity, Paul stepped it up and was a single dad to 3 boys?
No, not 3.
2?
No. Oh, well, really just 1 until he became a thinker. And then Billy came and lived with us for a while.
So just Stan had moved in when he was 13 and
Yeah,
stayed.
so it was just Stan that really lived with me as a solo dad.
Yes.
Had to do everything except wiping ass and picking up towels. But and then Billy came. Sal was sort of a bit younger and hung out with Mum more, so we really haven't lived together, I don't think. Well, apart from the fact whenever I wasn't there, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those sort of dates aren't really important to me, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's what it was and it's happened.
Yeah, that's cool. When did Stan get on the roof? When did you start? So when did milking cows end? When did shed building start? When did shed building into the world?
So you'd gone to Tassie to milk.
Yeah, well, talk to us about
cows,
Tassie. What was Tassie
and
farming
then-
like?
Tassie farming, it would be perfect for the farmer.
Yeah,
I'm not a farmer.
for an Invercargill farmer.
I'm not a farmer's asshole. I fucking hate cows. I hate getting up and milking cows. I hate fucking
Well, that's a
everything.
good plan.
Except I love fixing things and making cows happy and everything like that. But that
Maybe a maintenance.
that commitment to farming, relying on fucking the weather, is
Yeah.
such a mindfuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard way. I mean, shout out to farmers, man. Like, people go, oh, rich farmers, but
they
you just don't have no idea. Getting up to fucking look after cows and calves in shit weather, and it's
365 days a year.
Exactly. You don't.
Nobody works hard.
Even if you go on holiday, you're wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, farmers fucking earn their money. So it was fine. Bought more land over there. I'll tell you, the biggest mistake I ever made was, because we bought more land, and money isn't my thing, we never put a second mortgage on the extra bit of land that I borrowed money off my parents for. So, okay, just put that in play. We never put a second mortgage on it.
Yeah.
And then finally, when my wife at the time was over this Tasmania, and I'd fired myself as being a fucking farmer, but we'd been offered a job in Sydney on a feedlot, and that was via a worker that I had in Tassie. He said, "Oh, Paul, you come over to Stanley, yeah?" Which is right out of fucking Sydney, only an hour out of Sydney town, Windsor, Ebenezer. And this guy said, "Oh, you'll get the job, Paul, if you come over as a manager, 1,000 cow dairy farm." Completely different style of farming. They've got a feedlot, they've got fucking feed. They just feed their cows, and, you know, like I'd fax in, I want 2 loads of fucking maize, I want corn, I want fucking, and it would arrive. So that I'm thinking, man, how easy is this farming? You're not worried about that.
Yeah.
It's so much easier. So we did that because I got that job. But anyway, meantime, when I leased the farm out to go over there, the deregulation came in and prices just went boom, and no one wanted to fucking, everything just devalued to the max. So basically, to cut a long story short, I walked away from a farm, and the rest is but owing my parents.
Yeah, so if you had put a second mortgage on, you could have just
had
walked away
to pay
from
that mortgage off for the
all of
last
it.
10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so then from Sydney, you came home?
Well, that actually, because of deregulation, they just said, "Oh, we're closing down Ebenezer," or whatever it was called. If you want to, you know, you can come over here. And it was owned by 2 brothers, or dad to start with. 2 twins ran it. They had 2 twins there, 1 brother there. There was a family thing, and they were from Yugoslavia. They came back. They actually owned Oran Race Park out of Sydney, and they got all the contracts to a brewer's grain from all the pubs, which is what we were feeding our cows, you know. They fucking were big, you know. They were potato farmers back in the day, had heaps of land. Anyway, they said, "Come over here." But there's too many chiefs over there, and I thought, I don't even fucking want to go over there because they're horrible. Yeah, wasn't me anyway. So no. And I think my father was actually crook with cancer at that point. I thought, no, the obvious thing is to go home.
Yeah.
And so we came home, and I did this, I did that, a bit of stainless welding, a bit of landscaping, trying to pay that mortgage they had.
Yeah.
Which wasn't fucking fuck all. And anyway, finally I see an ad for contract building on sheds.
Yeah.
And I applied. Well, I went and met him and did some work. And he said, "Oh, well, I'll give you all the work you want for $30 an hour, or, you know, but I've just taken on another guy as the contractor, you know, to get the contract price." And I said, "Okay, well," and at the same time, even on that day, I was offered a job at a brand new digger for like $65 an hour. I thought, $30, yeah, 65. Yeah, look, I've got to go, man. We went and jumped and played on a digger and created a pond. This was my landscaping mate. But then that guy actually rang me. He said, "Oh, the guy who's taking the contract has gone off overseas. Do you want the contract?" Fuck yeah! So that's when I started building sheds.
Nice.
Had no idea on that first one, to be fair. Fuck, it looked like, is that a shed? Hey, you know. But just add water.
Put the roof on the right way and you're all right.
What sort of system was it though? Was it
Well, it's opposition.
Kiwi span? I don't mind. Was it a Kiwi span, or
Yeah,
was
it
it? Was they killed Kiwi span then?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good product.
yeah.
In fact, you know, same quality,
Yeah.
same quality, but I think their engineers are a bit more fucking anal.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's heaps of good shit companies. in New
Oh, the
Zealand.
product comes out of the same factory, to be
Yeah.
fair. You know,
it's the
what
quality
starts-
of actually the people that you don't deal. It's the people you got to deal with. You know?
Well, yes, totally, but those engineers, they...
Oh.
They-
Throw it from here.
They're a breed of their own. They're just... You guys just need to get a little more practical. And
No.
don't go by the book so much.
Go by the numbers.
Well, the
And
thing
if
is-
in doubt, make it even harder to build.
Exactly. And even design something that you can't build.
Yeah, nice. Don't worry about how it works.
It's a good
in the
challenge for
real
oh, he's a
life.
good builder. He'll do it.
He'll know he'll work it out, mate.
Builder to sort out on site. That's always a good little thing. Size 2 font.
But to be fair, like strength by design is the key,
Yeah.
and the end. You know, yeah, fucking strength. Yeah, you don't need to fucking put a foundation 300 miles down the ground to hold this little thing up.
Yeah.
Put a bit of platform. I don't know. Anyway.
So 20, what would that have been? 20 years ago? 15
easily.
years? Easy.
Because you must have come back from Aussie in the late 90s?
Now, I can tell you exactly. Because I spent the 2000 New Year's on the Sydney Harbour.
Ooh.
Oh, right.
And it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, fireworks.
Because we were all waiting for the world to stop for a start.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
The Y2K bug was coming.
You know? And then and I fluked it. Fuck, I fluked that night because I ended up on a boat in the harbour that was part of a little group, but there was one missing. I just started talking to a guy on the harbour because I went in by myself because my wife was pregnant at the time and her parents were over.
I'm out of here.
And yeah, well, fuck. Sydney, New Year's Eve, waiting for the world to finish.
Yeah.
I need to find out what's going on.
Give them fair warning.
Yeah, stay on your phone. But so I was talking to this guy on the wharf because I was driving and where am I going to go? I'll just go to a harbour or go down by the water, that'll be nice. Just started talking to this cat. The funny thing is, he was like exactly the same as me. His wife was home pregnant and her parents were over from England. And he was on this cruise boat. He said, there's a spare ticket if you want to fucking jump on. I had to pay for it, but yeah, it was $90 or $95. I said, fuck yeah. So I went back to my car and got my alcohols. And we sat in the fucking harbour, mate, amongst a whole lot of other boats. And there was a boat going around selling piss as well. And next thing, boom, 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 you know, over the harbour bridge. And then, whoa, you know, fuck. And then it was like,
Get down.
priceless, fucking priceless. I thought to myself, wow, fucking good move. You know, it's a memory that I'll never forget because it was fucking awesome. Especially over that harbour bridge, it sounded like a big V8. You know, boom, 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 boom. It didn't like it didn't finish in a hurry.
Yeah.
And then those planes coming through that actually made you.
Yeah, hunker down.
The wind.
What do they have, like the Air Force jets or something?
I'd have to phone another friend, mate. He knows all about those too.
Yeah.
But they were like bomber type things,
Yeah.
big loud.
Big loud boom.
Yeah.
Big low fly over.
Yeah. They should have handed out earplugs.
Yeah, dangerous. Back in the days before health and safety, eh?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was so 2000, and we came back early the next year.
Yeah.
So 2001.
Yeah.
Back in New Zealand. And so I did all this, and then got onto that one, and yeah, and also, but the other thing is about going from Tassie to just out of Sydney. It actually opened up a few musical avenues for me, and I did a few gigs with different people. It was cool. It was getting my life back, and also my wife loved it because
No longer in the
because
box.
there was no people in the supermarket wearing gumboots.
Yeah.
So what sort of gigs were you like doing over back in Aussie?
Well, I couldn't make this up, obviously. Stadiums and but no, just really some private stuff, just through little home, 21st, blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't big, but I was playing.
Yeah, getting your groove back though and jamming.
Yeah, got my groove back. I thought the break was actually quite advantageous to me to a point because I sort of thought, fuck yeah, this is like sort of when you do something all the time, like that was playing the band, you really get bored with it. You actually get really tired. But if you have a break,
Yeah.
and you go back and you go, well, it did for me. It was great.
Yeah. Appreciate it again.
Had a little break, we're back.
It's a healthy drink you got there. What is that?
A switchel.
A switchel.
So
What do you get paid to say that?
at the moment, nothing. But so
We are looking for a sponsor, eh? For a beverage sponsor.
Yeah, so Remedy Blood Orange Switchels, ACV, apple cider vinegar, live cultured, no sugar.
Yeah, they taste about as good as they sound.
We used to feed our cows apple cider vinegar and molasses on the hay, and fuck, it smelled nice.
Molasses smells nice.
Yeah, but also the hot apple cider. The old man was big on that, feeding it down the straw. The old bale of hay, you had to have it the right way where the straws are open. Pour it in.
Oh, yeah.
And then you chuck, and the cows go, wow.
Love it.
Yeah, healthy.
Yeah, Mark lives now in Morrinsville.
Mooseville.
Moo Food there.
Home
Seals
Mega
Winslow.
Moo.
I had some good days back in the Nottingham Castle.
Oh, yeah, it looks
Richie
like a
Pickett.
good... I'm looking forward to going down there for a beverage.
We're actually going to play there
Oh, wow.
this year.
That might be my first time.
It's in June. It's a wee way away.
Alright, I might get there before then.
They've got good pool tables there. But anyway, the Knot used to actually really go off on a Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday were probably as big, but I never used to go
before
there.
the government ruined it all, eh?
This is in pre that, right? It was because Ronnie, one of the apprentices that I worked with, lived in Morrisville. And Dave, one of the other guys, we were the 3-0, which is a trio, but that's, just the way I call it, 3-0. We used to come to, or Dave and I used to come to Morrisville and party on a Thursday night with Ronnie at the Knot.
Yeah.
I saw quite a few different bands. And they actually ended up playing with Richie Pickett in that pub, actually, back in the day. That was cool too. Richie Pickett taught me a lot musically. Most of it was bad, but some of it was really good. But I love Richie. He was the cleverest, nuttiest pianist, singer, songwriter that I've had the pleasure of being a friend of. Yeah, he was fucking... And he taught me from... I was 16 when I bought my first new drum kit and came over here and played.
And so when you got back from Aussie and you started building sheds, you kept playing music? You got into a few other bands, or...?
Man, this is so good. It reminds me, yes, of course, the first night I got back I had a gig.
Really?
With Simon McCree's, the Paul Simon Band, relived.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the first night I got back. I forget where we played, but anyway, we went somewhere for a few drinks. It was a Sunday night. And we were having a few, and Simon said, you gonna have one more? I said, nah, fuck, driving. He said, it's Sunday night, mate, they're not around. And I said something like, no, I'll just go. Blow me down, get to nearly home, and there's a bloody checkpoint on that night. I'm going, I thought you said it didn't happen on a Sunday. Sorry.
He's full of it.
I passed anyway, so that was all good. But had I had that extra beer, maybe I wouldn't have, Because back in the day, it wasn't like, like revenue gathering. It was 400.
Yeah.
Where you might have been a little tiddly. Now at 250.
Yeah, give you a big fine and...
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we aren't going to talk about that. Are we? How corrupt that whole thing is, and the old straw man, and trust
And about
blah,
freedom.
and conspiracy theorists. Yeah.
Pyramids, UFOs.
Well, and you're going deep now.
Yeah,
These aren't grey.
AI.
These aren't grey hairs. They're little bits of tinfoil.
That's why we lined corrugate internally on our ceiling.
Where were we? Talking about?
Playing bands when you got back.
Yeah, well, the Paul Simon Band took off, and we were pretty famous at lunchtime. But we did a lot of work. Played on the mountain for this Christiana, the Hamilton Christiana Ski Club. That was a real experience, man. The first time we did it, all the skiers helped us lug this gear up the snow. I'm thinking, man, this is dumb. But we had to carry all this, drums, speakers, blah blah. But they all helped, obviously. But it was still at least one trip each, which was a long way. I'm thinking maybe even two, but for some of us. But anyway, so the next time I sussed out the groomers, the machines.
Oh,
yeah.
I said, hey bro, can we, that was the first time. I pulled him up and said, can you take our gear down? He said, yeah, piece of piss. So that's when I thought, why aren't you taking our gear up? We had to get there a day earlier though, on the Friday night, for the groomers to take the gear up, because they didn't start again until Saturday night. So that was all good. We just go down a day earlier, go up, stay in the ski camp. We did a little bit of skiing, which I do love, but I'm more cautious about hurting myself when I've got a gig.
Yeah.
And skiing can be really fun, but it can be tiring, and you get carried away, and then, you hit a rock.
Yeah.
But we used to go up there and play on a Saturday night, and pack our gear out that night back into the cars with the machines, but we'd walk back up. But honestly, that was just like God's own, when the full moon out and it was just white, and it was just like, it was fucking beautiful. good, and just like the cruise ship was, you'd go up after the gig and there'd be a mill pond and a moon over there, and you'd be just going, hardly doing a ripple.
Yeah.
Crazy, fucking beautiful.
Yeah, very
So
cool.
we played a lot of gigs then, and then I'm not sure how it's finished or started, or I think Simon went over to Mexico, that's right. So that Paul Simon band finished. Played around with a couple of guys, Rick Bernards, and did this and that, and then met up with John Maiden, and the Swamp Dogs were formed. And we played at the Cook every Thursday for like 2 or 3 years. We were blessed then, man. We'd get dinner, which was, of quality, and beers, and even 50 or 30 or something.
And depending on how many punters.
It was a paid rehearsal, and man, and it was such a beautiful band. And Clara, this violinist who's passed away unfortunately, ripped off. She was like an angel, man. She could play that fiddle, and she could sing like. And we related, we worked off each other feels and things like that, and that's priceless, when you and she, yeah, she'd have a laugh.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, no, it was great times, Johnny, and a couple of lineup changes through that, but that was when we got sacked from there. That was sucked.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that it got sold. The funny thing is, the guy that owns it now, Chris Rollett, who was a DJ back in the 80s at Rocks Off, and that's where we've known him from, he's bought and sold the Cook. I'm going to go 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the book so I can go and sell it to somebody that thinks
They
can
can't
do
run
it.
a pub, they don't know shit.
Yeah.
Buy it back.
Yeah.
Good George went in there a bit, I think, in a partnership, fell apart, and Chris, clever boy. But he knows how to run a pub.
And you'd have to have that touch to really run a pub. Know
It's
how to
full on.
gel
It's
with
fucking tiring.
everyone to make the money.
I couldn't do it. Talking to people every day.
Yeah.
And a lot, they come in every afternoon for a drink on their way home, and you got to be happy to see them.
It's got to be the best day ever. And
or listen to their fucking woes too.
Yeah.
But that's his clientele.
Yeah.
That's his. So if you can do that, I admire you. But fuck me, I like That was a good thing about rock and roll back in the day. Playing with the politicians, we'd go away for 2, 3, 4 days, and then I'd go back and live on the farm for a couple of days. I did employ a worker to cover for me while I was there, but
the cows would have been a bit full otherwise.
But what I'm saying is like the yin yang,
Yeah.
And I used to love going home and go,
Yeah. Nobody.
get
for
on
a
the
few
tractor.
days.
Get on the
Yeah.
tractor. Yeah. No, it was good days. Lucky. But a blessed living, for sure.
But sort of designed it as well. Make it work, like the lifestyle you want.
Yeah, well, it's just having great ideas or dumb ideas.
But going
That's
ahead
how
with
it
them,
turns
yeah.
Main thing, ideas.
So
But
just
like-
thinking and hey, if you're content in getting up and farting in the same place every day, you fucking go for it.
Yeah.
I like to fart in different places.
Yeah. That's why shed building's so good, eh?
Yeah. Just when you're getting sick of it, time to move on. Someone else's shit.
What's a big most sheds are only a few weeks to a month, they're farting in the same place.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I like about that. Yeah, I'd fucking 4-year apprenticeship in the same place. Drove me nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done a few residencies at like Roxorth and Forge. This was might have been more the Tim Armstrong band, although the politicians I think played at the Forge in Papakura. That used to just go off like there'd be 300 people there Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
What a cash cow. Hey?
Yeah.
And especially if they're paying like $5 to get in or something.
Yeah.
Same with the Roxorth here, which was the Metropole, I think, before that. Maybe, I don't know, I can't remember. But, man, they had them. There would be that place could hold 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And like Graham and Brazier played there, and there'd be 1,000 people in there.
Dang.
Yeah, it was, and we used to did a residency there until we killed it. We started calling ourselves the Club Killers because people get sick of the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, do a year residency, and there's a lot of people coming there every night. It's hard to fucking be different every night for a year.
Yeah.
And so
But every night, or you meant every Thursday?
Well, Thursday,
night?
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that is a lot of
So
the same faces coming in and being like,
Exactly.
"How about a new song?" And you're like, "We've only got 10."
Well, we did try to pull in a new song, but it's only one out of 40 songs you play in the night.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, Club Killers. Yeah.
What were the favourite songs? What are the Waikato or Hamilton's favourite songs that you've played out over the years? That's
Wagon Wheel.
That probably is the latest one.
yeah.
Although there is we've got a Shotgun. Have got a new wagon wheel which is called Chicken Fried. Zach Brown
Yeah.
sings it. Beautiful dynamics. Fucking, I love it. I think, well, we all think it. We shouldn't have to play wagon wheel ever again if we play this one. But back in the day, and it's still the same. If you were to play April Sign Cuba,
Oh yeah.
everyone will get up. If you were to say Boys Light Up,
Yeah.
fuck, if I had a cent every time I played Boys Light Up, I'd be living somewhere else. Those old classic, you know, like Bliss.
Yeah.
But then you can also go back to the Gambler, you know, like so many people, which actually surprised me. We've done a few 21st we've done heaps, but some of those kids request that shit that they grew up with, you know, Gambler.
Oh man, Jazz. So Jazzy, daughter. So she's just 17. So she's at Soundsplash. They ended the night in the drum and bass tent with Bliss, and she's like, "It goes off. It's their favourite song." You know, like it's.
Yeah.
I reckon Spotify. It's brought back or introduced pretty much all the good songs of the last 50, 60 years. Have become way more common.
Yeah, so, and that brings us back to the fact that they were all good songs and they're not coming out now.
No.
So we had the best of a whole lot of creativity by humans.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's
It's spread so much thinner though. There's so many more things to do. Where, like you say, what would you do back then? You go to the pub, watch live music, and if you went and watched and were like, "That's what I want to do," that'd be creative juice to go home and make it happen. You know, I think it's.
I saw the dudes in Auckland and loved Dave Dobbin ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Peter Ruder, the drummer, fucking. Oh no, he wasn't the drummer. So he tweened up with. It was another guy. Fuck yeah, he was a good drummer too. But yeah, that rock and roll era, man. It's
Yeah. Did you ever do any punk, metal? What else was going on to it? Or has it always been rock and roll?
I'm not a punk kind of guy.
Reggae?
I love reggae. Funny you mentioned that because I believe there's not many white guys that can play reggae. But I can.
If I do say so myself.
Well, I challenge you to give me evidence that I don't. Stuart Copeland grew up. I'd fucking really love to be able to remember this shit. Over Iguamia, or fucking like a Islamabad sort of program place where his dad was in the CIA and he was over there and he grew up 18 years and their music is all based on the three and that's reggae. And I'd only just told our bass player took up, I said something about, yeah, but he's the reggae king and that's what I learned it from because he just sits on that back. Yeah, he's a reggae, fucking yeah, and that's where it came from. He grew up as an 8-year-old. He started. He said his brother was 10 and better looking, so he got the invitation to be the drummer in the school band. But he came home with the drums and couldn't play them, and Stuart got on and he fucking nailed it, and he ended up getting the gig, you know, in the orchestra, school orchestra, and it was because he fucking felt that reggae feel, you know, and hooked into it. And he was my He was probably the only drummer I'd ever remember the name of, to be fair. Ringo Starr he's great, but he's just great. Stuart Copeland has the reggae shit going on, and it's playing the gaps. Like less is more.
Yeah.
Less is more. Fuck.
Nice. What was it like? You went down to the freedom protests in Wellington. What would that have been? 2021.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What was the vibe like down there?
I'm getting emotional
Yeah.
because, man, I've never been to a group or a concert or a bunch of people that was just so comfortable
Yeah.
and passionate and real and fuck. You saw the pictures of, I wanted to go back actually, but that's when it turned ugly. But man, if I was to ever have asked for another concert to live, or, a gathering like that, because it was like a concert, there was music playing.
Yeah.
Better than Sweetwater's.
Like a festival.
Yeah, it was, and you got fed. You got fed by good food, and you could just line up and eat it. And man, it was like it's surreal actually, really. Hey, when you think about how that whole thing evolved and where it ended up, and the fact that government was so vile to those beautiful people
From day one.
Yeah,
From day one, turning on the
sprinklers
sprinklers.
and what a wanker!
music,
What a fucking wanker!
Oh, no, and now
How do
we
you
find
sleep?
out about the head cop and his offsider and...
Oh, yeah, but that's, like, if you're not awake, man, learn that the government isn't your friend and everything is fucking backhanders and fucking no consent, no contract.
Yeah. And so...
And do unto thee. Fuck. But, this bloody cloud seeding conspiracy, eh? It
Yeah.
had nothing to do with all these rains, eh? We have them all the time, man.
Talk me through it, eh? I want to know, how does the cloud setting...
They seed a lot of clouds over the Necky. That's what I know from being down in Taranaki a lot of cloud seeding.
Really?
Yeah. The theory is that it's vapour from planes because the planes, zoom through the air and somehow the cold air goes over them and creates these vapour
I think that's a
trails.
lot of what we see, to be fair.
Yeah, and it seems to happen in Taranaki every single day you would see it. Where up here you see it occasionally. But the idea is that they're seeding to create clouds, which I'm pretty sure China and other places have openly said they've done. Like they've played round with it. So it's whether it's that on a large scale.
But the thing is, I don't believe that a passenger plane that would be creating that fucking vapor trail is doing what? It's cloud seeding. I think they've got to be a specific plane because an
But to
engine
what-
doesn't give cloud seeding shit.
But to what end goal? It's like, is it the insurance companies because they want to put up premiums because we've had all these floods? Is it Greta Thunberg because she wants to
It's going
prove?
deep now, isn't it? Hey, what a weirdo, man. Different angle altogether.
I was normal until that first time building sheds of you, Paul. Oh no, I've always been into it. So who knows? But as you say, it's also a good conversation just to poke a few buttons.
Well, all I'm saying is I don't believe in climate change because back in the day it's been as cold as it was the other day or it's been as hot as it was the other day.
Yeah.
Since 1886 is the hottest day. Well, hello. 1886 you had the heat, whatever it was, and today there's more people,
Yeah.
blah, 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 and it's the same as that. So it's really about recording, but it's fucking this, and like they're just trying to...
It's control. Climate change, all control. Because like you say...
Digital ID is controlled.
Oh, is it ever?
I mean, they already know everything about us, okay? And people say that, they already know what's the problem. The difference is, now they don't have our consent to own our fucking shit, okay? They know your phone, they can look up it, they can do whatever they want, but you haven't signed to say that, yes, I give you, I want my ID, digital ID. And that consent Honestly, consent is the fucking bottom line.
Yeah.
No consent, no contract. That's all I can...
But it is the issue that if it goes digitalised, they can turn you off.
Oh,
Where-
well, there's that.
You know?
But, yeah, why would they do that? They're such nice people.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, but what if the power goes down and you can't even pay for some
Yeah,
shit?
but you know, like cash, it's
I get
dirty and yuck, you know?
Yeah, dirty, eh? Remember back in the COVID? Oh, we can't touch that. They put the change on a
dirty.
plate. Hey, and you go, oh.
No, it's dirty.
Yeah. I had something really good to say then.
Another beer thing.
That's what it was. What are we talking about?
Digital ID, flat
Yeah,
Earth.
digital
If
ID.
the Earth is round, why do
definitely-
levels work?
How does a level work?
A level.
Yeah. Boom. If you go up, right? If you go up to the... When you were playing those gigs on the mountain, if you'd held up a level to the horizon, it'd have been perfectly flat, right?
Well, that's because the world's flat.
Yeah, that's it. We've converted. It only makes
I'll have one,
sense.
thanks, bro.
Otherwise, my beer should have a curve on it.
Well, that is such an interesting conversation, isn't it? There's fors and against on everything. I just can't understand why a pilot hasn't sort of said, no, it's definitely flat, or no, it's definitely round. You know?
I think they tend to vote on the round side, but you know, are they part of the?
So they part
Hey,
of the
can I-
Illuminati.
Just a quick question, and just raise your hands. Yes or no? Yes is that, or no is no. Do you think they did that on the phone? Moon?
No way. No fucking way.
No way, Mike can say that.
Mike's into it. He reckons they landed on the moon. How? Every other bit
Did
of
you not hear me? It's only up or down.
Yeah,
No, it finished.
I did it. What's wrong was they didn't do it? You noticed my hand didn't go
The
up.
funny thing is, we were at this thing with Stuart Copeland last night, right? And I met this couple from Tauranga. How's this? They left Tauranga at like 10 in the morning to come up to the concert. They got halfway over the Kaimais, there was an accident, had to go back, went all the way around to Waihi, and a tree had fallen over a car. So they had to go all the way back around again. So it took them 6 hours to get to Auckland.
Jesus.
Cut a long story short. Anyway, we were talking to her, and actually, I'll do a shout out to her because it's quite amazing how I remember. Donna dance a lot, kids entertainment. She does balloon twisting and things like that. Anyway, she was, and her partner's Todd. Fuck, I've got a good memory sometimes. Sorry, Todd, if it's not Todd. Could be right. Anyway, we were talking before the show, and then half time we went out for another beer and came back, and they were standing close to her, and we were just talking, and I said to them, or him, so do you think people land on the moon? And she sort of went, he fucking knows. And I said to her, oh, so like triple boosted, eh? And she fucking laughed and laughed, and she said at the end of it, I knew I liked you. Yeah, fuck, that was so funny. But yeah, he was like, and I said, how the fuck did you get the buggy up there, man?
Yeah, and stayed for 3 days on car batteries with aircon going to keep them warm. Yeah, they get this buggy out of it. All technology's gotten better since. Planes are better, phones are better, everything's better. But we haven't gone back to the moon. There's nothing to see. Like, it's the fucking moon. There's
The flags blowing in the wind. They transmitted it around the world all at the same time, and like Western Australia, a Coke can got kicked across the screen, like on the camera angle. So, yeah.
But what I can't work out is, the old hello, landline to fucking moon.
Yeah, and we still struggle to get signal on the Hauraki planes. Yeah. No, it's real. Tell us, Mikey, get in here.
They obviously didn't have skinny back then.
Yeah, they managed to get the camera from Earth to film as it took off from the moon. as well. They got the delay just right.
Oh, they obviously set the camera up first.
Yeah.
I wonder how long that took.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was easy.
Was it connected to a wire or was it wireless?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gotta be.
It's all a matter of faith, eh? Warriors fans and moon landing.
So
Anyway, this year will be interesting. I've told the price of, I was being told that the price of silver will skyrocket. There's going to be a few issues here and there, but get prepared, be a little bit self-sufficient for, when the power goes out.
Right. Well, the power was out in Morrinsville last night.
Was it?
Yeah. Home of Megamoo.
was Megamoo all right?
Megamoo was fine. Yeah, we did auto technics, and that was the first time I'd ever spent any real time in Morrinsville, and you'd smell like that molassesy sort of
The meat.
the smell of
Is that what we're talking about?
yeah. And I got out of the car the other day with my girls, and I was like, oh, it smells like Morrinsville, and they were like, yeah, it's moo food.
It's what?
Moo food.
They knew.
That's it. Oh god.
Okay. That's a good shout out to Move.
Yeah.
Moosville.
Mootown meat.
Yeah, Mootown meat. Beautiful.
All right.
So that sort of brings us to the big question.
Yeah.
When are we going to get started on Mega Bull? A full corrugated iron bull outside of Waikato sheds. Can we do it?
That's such an easy answer.
It's
Taking you all this time.
Yeah.
Can you afford it? Is my first question.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we can come up with a.
It needs to be a mega bull though, to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it does.
Bigger than that fucker down there.
Yeah, because it's
well,
got
as big.
As
Yeah.
big, because it's got a meter.
Yeah.
We have to be the number one.
Yeah.
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 Fuck yeah.
With a bull top bar. So we can go inside it, the bulls descend, we hop in an elevator and it takes us up,
I love the budget.
and then we're up the top. And
I'm feeling you, man.
Yeah.
I'm hearing you. I hear you.
I thought we were going, maybe a ladder, internal ladder, but
not safe enough, eh? Ladders, they're banned from a lot of sites
That's
now,
true.
so.
we got to go elevator.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Not all
I can do
sites.
that.
Yeah.
In fact, I've probably got one I can spare.
It's just a lift that
it's-
only goes up.
I think it's got to be on the
Oh, yeah.
basis
Scissor
of a
lift. Now I'm
spaceship.
back with that.
Spaceship bull.
Mm.
We need to get further ahead and have it completely self-sufficient so all 80 of us can live in there.
Yeah, like an ark of sorts.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We got to go interplanetary.
Oh, this will fly.
Also swim if it's just a big flood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, swimming. Fucking. Yeah, that was the last one we built.
Nice, all right. Well,
All right. Any UFOs?
I love UFOs.
Yeah.
I actually tried buying one. Not a UFO, actually. It was just a spaceship accommodation thing. The guy out Raglan was selling.
yep.
Had it landed on his paddock?
Or
Or,
was it one of those OGs? Like
It was a kit set. It never put together. But it was like a big... I think there's one
The big-
out towards Raglan.
Yeah, there's
with
been a
that blue
few
thing.
around New Zealand,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
some dude designed them, made a bunch of them.
So maybe that's what we should do. Create a fucking spaceship out of our gear. People can have it as accommodation and put them around
Yeah,
and call it a spaceship tour.
Space Bull.
a space
Space
barn.
Space bar. I'll put some thought of that. I'd love to do that actually. And I can.
Yeah. Anything else? We got the Tahuna Pyramid, Mark.
Yeah, well, in Tahuna, you've played at the Tahuna pub, right?
Tahuna Tavern.
The Tahuna Tavern, shout out, is there, and then just behind it, there's a pyramid that over time, because the thing with New Zealand, all around the world, we've found all these ancient structures. And there is the Kaimanawa Wall we all know about. Then up
Not
north,
everyone.
well,
They don't teach us at school.
no, they don't. And Doc's taken down the signs. Yeah, where do I start?
Why would they do? Who would do that?
That's it. Why are we not allowed to dig in there? Kauri dieback. It's all a scam just to close down tracks. But because
and
of
hide history.
all of these big eruptions we've had, Taupo and all these other eruptions, all of our ancient stone technology's buried deep under there. But in Tahuna, you can see this perfect pyramid outline with a smaller pyramid below it.
Really?
If you go to www.org.nz.co.nz, you can make a pledge and become a member
There's a lot
of
of dots.
the Tahuna Pyramid Society, and what I'm doing is trying to raise money to
Dig them out.
LiDAR technology and fly over. It's my first step.
He's looking for some sort of Patreon type.
Some sort of Patreon, whatever you can spare. Send it there.
I think I want to see them first.
Well, you can. At www. Go online.
Can you text that to me?
And then go to the menu bar and paid tours. You book yourself in.
I don't have digital ID. I can't pay online. Sorry.
Oh, no. I'll
that a
take
fax
cash all
machine?
day.
I pay go.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've covered all the big ones.
We have covered all of them. When did you start collecting Land Rovers, though?
When I realised how sexy they were,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then there's something that's Kiwiana, and the gay faggot ones they're making these days are like, that's a fucking Land Rover. It's like one of those other shit place fucking things that look all the same. They might drive really nice, and if I could afford one, I'd have one.
You'd swing that way.
I'd let it slide. But to me, the old, Land Rover and early Range Rovers are like the sexiest things on wheels.
Sexier than the Rolls Royce in your shed.
Well, that was my 50th birthday present to me because I thought, I'm worth it. That was just a bit of art that I thought I could, why not,
Yeah, but
And to be fair, I just want all this shit to be a headache for my boys.
yeah.
Oh, you're
It's-
not the first bloke I've met like that. Like, that'll all be their problem.
Exactly. Or I'll just, if I need money, I'll sell something.
Yeah.
And I'll start selling it, and I'll start selling a fucking handbrake or a disco through, or or a window, or to me that it's just an investment. Whether we sell them as whole, because hey, look at those combi vans that we sold for $1,600. They're worth $60,000 now. You know, look at the Holden HQ. That was like $2,000, and now those. Well, you wouldn't get a tidy one for under 40. I wouldn't have thought.
No.
Fucking all that steel. I've had 32 Ford 2-door fucking coupes. I've had 37 Chev coupes. I've had 49 single spinner. I've had 47 Fleet Master. If I was still, but obviously you can't.
You need the room.
Well, the thing is, no, you need to sell that one to buy that one. That is the problem.
Yeah.
But you do also need the shedding.
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
those
or
sort
a
of
paddock.
cars kept inside,
If you can't
keep
keep
the
it,
value.
if you can't keep it out of the sun or the weather, the rain, it's hard to make it valuable.
Yep.
You need to start. That's why shed life's such a good life. Just build a shed, boom, build another one, boom,
Yeah.
boom,
Another one.
another boom. For the kids.
Yeah.
It's not me.
It's for Stan. I noticed Stan hasn't got the same disease as you, though, as he calls it.
Does he?
He's like,
wait till I get home. Little arsehole. No, possibly not. But I will say that he does realise that product is very usable. And yeah, we'll keep that flashing. We can make
Yeah,
something of that.
yeah.
So he has got that, which I fucking love.
Waste not.
Because
want not.
and if you can store it somewhere, because we're still building shit all the time, you know. So that flashing that didn't work, or it's wrinkled, or that gutter that's broken here, or you know, that's fucking.
Yeah.
I don't care about a fucking dent.
No.
It still works as a
Yeah,
gutter,
yeah.
but you know, you don't buy a car with a dent in it.
Exactly.
So-
if we got, we build it new, we do it nice.
You
but
present it and you give it undented.
Yeah.
It's up to them to dent it.
Yeah. Yeah. Get them have the pleasure of denting it.
But the thing is, they actually, oh fuck. But if we presented it to them dented, they'd go, "What the fuck's this? I'm not paying that."
I
You
paid
know?
for a non-dented shit. You're like, well, I'm happy to pay for a dented one.
I'd be happy for a discount on
Yeah.
my dented shit, without a doubt, rather than going to have to pull that off, to replace that. You know, that's because fuck, they all get dented. It's like a car, you know, they don't fucking say brand new.
No. All right. Anything from our producers back there? Mike and Jack, what do you got
Any
for
questions
us?
from the audience?
Yeah, questions from our audience.
The audience?
The moon landing was real.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen photos of it, man. Oh, India just released a picture of where the rover landed, man.
Yeah, but that's not a question.
Yeah, right.
Statement.
Statements.
It's telling us.
I've got a statement, not a question. No, yeah, I think you guys kind of did it all.
Covered it all. I'd finish on your best line and bit of advice was, yeah, if you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life. And of course, you're not going to enjoy every single day that you work, but if you try to enjoy it, it does make it a lot better. And I've always sort of taken that forward in life. Since,
Have I told you that?
Yeah, you busted that one out on me early on. And it's true. Yeah, you enjoy it, have a laugh, and you know.
Yeah, well, that would be a word. What did you think of Mark when he first rolled into site? You and
I'd
Stanley.
have to phone another friend on
Yeah,
there.
you'd have to
Right,
find
yeah.
Stan.
Lucky Marks, yeah. The
Well,
first
and-
day I worked with you was here.
Yeah.
And you guys had roofed and done the portals, and we were standing the steel house frames.
Well, I can honestly say that I actually liked you.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah.
I like honesty. And if it was any different, you could lie.
No, totally. And I even took your name down. If we needed a hand, I would have certainly phoned you.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I didn't have a problem with you. You
Yeah.
took orders well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's part of it.
Actually, wasn't that at all. You just you were thinking and you're practical. So, no. I didn't have, as I said, cool. Yeah. You know, even though you told us we have to put up with him because he's family.
Yeah.
Shit, you know, have to pretend to like him.
You don't have to pay him.
Yeah, that was the big thing.
All of that, you know.
I think that's why I liked you most.
That was great.
Yeah, nah, that was good, and fuck yeah, the rest is history. It's great, it's great. But isn't Stan great, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stan's the man. I assume that's why you called him Stan. Stan the man.
Nah, it was because, and in fact, I only got reminded the other day. It was my mother's dad's name,
Yeah, nice.
and
Your grandfather.
I never met him. I never met my grandparents. I only had one nana, a grumpy little fucker. And she lived in Auckland. And she'd come down with Uncle Jack, which was her new partner, after the official, whatever he was, granddad died. As I said, I never met him.
So what does she want to do? Make you work harder? Give you some hard toffee lolly?
Look,
Wipe behind your ears? Tell you weren't a cat?
in all honesty, I wouldn't have a clue what she tried to make me do. It's just the memory of her. She was never like jovial, fun.
No.
Here's a hard
She was like, she'd obviously lived through a hard life, you know, those people did back then, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't suffer fools either. And as I said, she wasn't like jovial.
Yeah.
But Uncle Jack was cool. But they used to visit us Christmas time when we were living in Wotu. I think it was Wotu back then. And I remember one night we got the pigs out of there, or they got out, and we tried chasing these pigs and riding them around the That was a fun night.
Oh, yeah.
Good days.
Yeah. Pig and mud. Anything else? Any other shout outs? Anybody out?
My advice is enjoy the passing of time. If you're not happy, change it.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you change it to what you're fucking happy with, the whole thing settles in, and life's too short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, cheers to that.
Cheer. Oh, and strength by design.